What's up, guys? Hoosier here with another Clash of Clans episode. Today I am on my mini Town Hall 12 Hoosier. Um, and I'm on here because I wanted to see if I could survive in Legends with a less than max um, account. Not only my heroes, but my defenses aren't fully maxed. I wanted to see how I would survive in Legends, and today did not disappoint. I did better on this account for offense than I have on any day in my main account. So let's go ahead and jump into some of these replays and check this out. Um, so just kind of before we do that, I wanted to jump in. This is where the day started. Started off with a triple, 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 time fail, and then this is a ring base I wasn't able to get, so 2-star. But then I go triple, triple, and at this point, I almost stopped and recorded the video because I was too excited about going 5 for 7 and one of them being a 98% time fail. I almost jumped in and recorded instead of rushing in my last attack. I had like 30 minutes left to do that attack, but instead I decided to attack. Yeah, that didn't work out very well at all. Oh, I'm so sad. It's another ring style base. It didn't work out. Troops just kept walking around, and I really wish I did not attack that. And I just walked into this episode going 5 for 7. But with all that being said, with that kind of backstory in place, let's get into the first one and see how I did on this one. This one is one of those bases where the town hall is pretty much completely on the outside. It's probably trapped up like crazy here. You guys have seen this base all the time. One thing I do notice is he's got all 5 wizard towers right here in the core. And I'm like, okay, well, a couple options I can do here. I can attack from the town hall side and pretty much just go for the safe 2-star. But a couple things. One, that's not really my style. And two, this is my mini account. So at this point, I didn't really care if I tripled or not. So I'm going to go for it all. But basically, I got 2 options here. It's pretty symmetrical. I can either attack from this side or this side. But basically, the goal is just to get a funnel ready and get the troops going into this compartment here and make it all the way to the town hall. If they do that, they take out the eagle along the way, and it'd be just great value, and it should work out well for me. Let me go ahead and speed it up to where this thing starts out. But, alright, so I dropped my funneling troops here, 2 P.E.K.K.A. I want one of them to come in here to take out these 2 army camps. I dropped my king at the bottom. I want him to walk down and clear that out. At this point, there's nowhere for my troops to go other than right where I want them to, right into this compartment. So, drop all my troops, get an early rage any second now. And there it is. Alright. Get that rage in there. Make sure my healers can keep all my troops up because they're all bunched together. These compartments are perfect for this attack. And I got a multi-inferno, so I'm not worried about that. My troops continue to go in. And we got the CC. We got a Hound Lava Baby. Not a huge deal. Going to go ahead and jump to make sure that my troops can make it into the town hall. Because at this point, everything's going really well. I just need to make sure 100% that I can get the 2-star. Even without the jump, they would have made it all the way anyway. Good timing there on the Warden, because it was right about the same time that not only the town hall went down, but the eagle shots came in. Queen is going to clear up most of those pups there, and then I got a little bit lucky here. She's going to step back and take out the eagle as well. That really helped. And at this point, a lot of it is just my troops are going to slowly walk around. I'm actually going to speed this up because it kind of gets boring if you're just going to sit here and watch the troops walk. But I have not dropped any of my bats yet. Still have 5 bats, 2 freezes, still have the queen's ability. And at this point, I'm just waiting for my troops to continue to move around until they can start tanking for these last 2 splash. And at this point, they're close enough. I drop my bats up here at the top to take out the point defense. And once I take out the point defense at this point, I just got 2 freezes for that last Inferno tower. And from there, it's just clean up. Bats are going to take care of the rest of that. So that's how I took down that base. It's pretty common in the sense that the town hall is on the outside like that. People try to force people to attack directly at the town hall to make sure they get that safe too. But I decided to take the angle from 6 up to 9 and go for the 3-star, and it worked out. So this base also is going to run 3 multis. And all right, this is the other one I really wanted to talk about because there's a few different options that I can go with, a few different directions that I can come into with the wall wrecker, and I just kind of want to talk through what I was thinking when I look at bases and which angle should I attack with. So what I really like to do is I like to attack directly at the town hall. So if I attack, the easiest one would be this one right here. I just go straight in, guarantee myself I'm going to get the town hall, and I can jump in, get the eagle and things like that. But there's a lot of splash defense on the backside for that one. My bats really aren't going to get a ton of value. So I'm really just getting 1 wizard tower and the town hall. Not a ton of value with that one. So let's go maybe the next easiest one. I go over here. I'm going to get a wizard tower, a multi-inferno, and the town hall. Again, I can jump once I make through all that because there's not a lot of point defense to take down my troops. And so, I mean, that's a little bit better than the first one, but let's see if we can do even better. So let's go with attacking this way, which, let's see, if I jump in here, first of all, that king is going to be a problem for funneling. He's going to jump out and mess with my troops. I will, however, if I make it the whole way, get a multi-inferno, get access to that wizard tower, a X-bow. With this small compartment, I will be able to hit the eagle, and at the same time, I'll be able to hit the wizard tower. So I'll get more value with that, but it's a lot more difficult with the heroes. Or I can come over here and just attack this side and get a multi-inferno, a wizard tower. I'll get the CC. I'll be able to get the eagle at some point when my troops are in this compartment. It's okay, but this is what I was really looking at, is this empty compartment. So for you guys who are doing P.E.K.K.A. Bobats, you see these empty compartments. These are basically just the defender helping your troops go in a certain direction. It makes it much easier. If there were a bunch of different buildings inside this, my troops, if I break in here, they could split right, they could split left, and then your attacks is just done. So, but what this does is, if I can clear this, and I can clear from 6 to 9, and I can drop my wall wrecker right in here, it will go directly to the town hall. It'll get the eagle, it'll get that inferno, it will get a couple wizard towers, take out the CC, and because of this gap right here, this is where I decide to go in. So for this base, I'm going to take a little bit of an angle, and I'm going to go directly at the town hall from 6 straight up. So let's go ahead and look at what I did here. Sorry, that was kind of a long-winded explanation just for the start, but at the same time, I thought that it was really important because I know some of you guys have commented or direct messaged me that you guys just kind of want to know, hey, how do you start the attack, or how do you decide what angle to take? So that's what I wanted to explain with this. I am working on getting some sort of like, what is called, like Epic Pen or something where I can write on here. I haven't really gotten familiar with that software yet, but I will definitely be bringing that to you in the future. But so I got my king and P.E.K.K.A. down here at 6. I ended up pulling the CC, which at this point I kind of just need something to distract. So my funnel didn't quite get done up here, so I had to drop another P.E.K.K.A. This P.E.K.K.A. down here is going to distract the 2 dragons long enough for my other troops to get in. And as soon as that first wall is broken through, and I'm going to wait. All right, cool. I got him in. Second wall is broken through, and now my troops should go directly in because I did a pretty good job with the funnel on the sides. But everything goes in. Wall wrecker's not taking really much damage at all. Going to drop my second rage here, get them through. This wall wrecker is going to get all the way to the town hall. I did that jump because I wanted my troops to, once they get to the town hall, to jump back out and have access to the rest of this base. But at this point, let's see, I'm just looking for distracted splash defenses. So this one's distracted, this wizard tower right here. So I dropped the bats over here around 10 o'clock. They're going to take that out. And all of these troops over here, they're close enough to distract here. Only 1 or 2 beams is hitting my bats. And when my queen walks out, now I'm like, okay, well, I can use a freeze because there's only 2 splash defenses left. So used a freeze, took that out, used my last freeze to stop the Inferno down here so I can take out at least 1 more point defense, do a little bit of damage on that Inferno. But from here, it is just a matter of time. My troops are just going to walk all the way around, still have my queen's ability, and yeah, that's no problem at all. Of course, they're all going to target a different wall to get in, but frustrating at the time, but I got through, and we got the triple there. So now we go in through, let's look at another base, and with this base, all right, so this base is, it kind of looks like a ring base. Here's a tip for anybody who's base building this. Don't put these walls in between because that stops the troops from continuing to walk all the way around. The whole point of the ring base is they get through the first layer because you can funnel the first layer easy. But it's the second layer. They get into the second layer and all of a sudden they're going to walk all the way around the base. With this, you're stopping them from walking around and you're allowing them to walk straight into the center, which is what I'm going to do. So I want to start here with a P.E.K.K.A down here at 6. Let me fast forward a little bit. This is a pretty quick raid, less than 2 minutes, or right about 2 minutes. But P.E.K.K.A is going to come down here. It's going to clear that out. I want the queen. My goal here is for the queen to walk up here, which is why I want the P.E.K.K.A to take that stuff out there. So I'm like, all right, cool. Everything's going good. No, it's not, because the queen decides to completely switch directions. As usual, you can rarely predict what happens there. But she's only got 1 expo on her, so she's not going to die. Her healers will be able to keep her up. So don't need to rage or anything, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in, and I'm just going to throw all of my troops in at this point. Get an early rage. I want these 2 loons to take out this cannon up here. That would have been nice, or a little plus, but I don't know if they actually do get it or not. They do. Anyway, hit the early warden ability, hit another rage in just a second. There's the rage. They're going to get through all of these single targeting Infernos. Got got 1 freeze that I did there, and boom, the entire core is completely gone. And now at this point, I'm just looking where do I drop my bats? Well, there's 3 splash damage left, and this one's distracted and is now down. So I'm going to start over here, drop my bats any second now. There they are. All right, dropping my bats, and they're just going to move around. That wizard tower is completely distracted. That wizard tower is completely distracted. I have no need for that final freeze. And basically, oh, sorry, that was really fast. Basically, at that point, it's pretty simple. But just clean up. All right. So that's 3 of them. Now let's see what else we did. We faced a lot of. I got a comment about how to do P.E.K.K.A Bobat with singles, and these last 3 bases I think had all singles, and so maybe you can kind of look at it, get some tips for what to do with the singles. It's definitely possible. You just got to keep your troops moving and try to plan your rages around where the singles are. Take a freeze if you need it. This is kind of just it's another poorly designed base, but I just kind of wanted to show it. Basically, I get my funnel done up there, dropping a wall wrecker. Gonna break in here. Gonna come in here, take out 2 expos and the single, and at this point, I'll also just for you guys who are not completely fully maxed, but you still want to be in Legends, the loot's great up here. I also noticed that the Dark Elixir was up here, and I still need Dark Elixir for my heroes, so that was just yet another reason to attack from that core, or from that side of it. Held my Warden's ability until the Town Hall was activated, and saved all my troops over the Giga Bomb, put a jump right here to make sure they get into that single Inferno. And again, at this point, there's not a lot of splash damage up. So you really, with the singles, a lot of the times I just try to take out as many splash defenses as I can. And then once my core, once all my troops get into the core and they get all their value, that's where I kind of just, I play it by ear. I just say, hey, what's left in the base? What's a good angle to attack for the bats? And if you fail at one of these attacks, just watch the replay and say, okay, how would I have done this differently? There's absolutely no pressure when you're watching a replay because it's already done. You got plenty of time to watch it. You can sit there and say, what did you do wrong with that? And take that into the next one. There's a lot of similar bases in Legend League. So a lot of these bases, if you mess up on the first time, then you come back the next day or two and you might see a very similar base, and the second time you know what to do. So that's what I do with a lot of them. Anytime I'm failing with it, I will, if I'm on a boost or my troops I'm waiting for the next attack, I'm sitting there watching the replay and saying, how could I have done this differently? Because every base can be 3-starred. You just gotta kind of know how to do it. So that is kind of the answer to how I figure out how to adjust my attacks. One of them is really watching the replays and getting a lot of information out of that. Okay, so this is the last replay that I'm going to show today. Today is a much longer video than I kind of had planned, but 5 triples in one day, that was more than I had planned as well. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought it was pretty cool to be able to do that with my mini, not even maxed. And with this one, there's a lot of, so if you look at this base, one, you'll see 3 singles. You'll see a lot of splash damage is up here, and then you got 2 splash damage right here. Honestly, this is one of the bases where I did it differently than I normally do. I might wait for the bats for cleanup, but because there's not any splash damage over here, I saw the opportunity to do a bat bomb early, maybe to try to take out the eagle, take out some of the defenses there, and force my troops to go from this compartment here straight into the town hall. So I started down here on the south, where at 6 o'clock there's not a lot to distract my troops or to take them out, so I know that I can get a safe funnel. I drop my wall wrecker in here. I'm gonna break in, and I drop 5 bats. I kind of debated with myself whether I should do a rage in there as well to get a lot more value, but I kind of wanted to hold my rage early for these troops to keep the troops alive, and then rage over the town hall is what I ended up deciding. I still got a lot of value over here. Got the Expo. There's a couple of Teslas that popped up that kind of messed with the bats and they died, but I got a lot of value with it. Able to warden right over the town hall, which is the best place to do it. And from here, my troops are just kind of taking out things in the core. I still have my 2 freezes left because I didn't need to use them for the bats. I froze both single Infernos. My troops went straight through. And at this point, there's not a lot of defenses left to take out the troops. It's really just a matter of time. And, obviously there was plenty of time. As you can see, I did get the triple. So I'm going to go ahead and, because this is such a long video, speed through this process. But this is pretty much just cleanup. All I had was the 3 splash damage up top. I had 3 full health P.E.K.K.A. and a queen down here with no defenses. So, that's basically, that was my day in Legends. So, now that I've got 2 accounts in Legends, I can kind of bring you guys some more replays. The other idea that I had with this account was to do more of like testing with strategies like Lalo or Hogs or things that aren't P.E.K.K.A Bobat. Basically, I can get in here and practice on fully maxed bases and some of the best bases out there while you're farming. I can do that on my mini account where my trophy count really doesn't mean that much to me. But that's kind of my plan. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys like this series? Was this video too long? Just kind of let me know what you like, what you didn't like. But I hope you did like the video. If you did like it, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And that is going to be it for me today. I will see you guys in the next one.